Hey, good morning, afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. Oh man, I had too many problems getting this live stream started. Normally, I don't do live streams from YouTube directly. Normally, I go through something different, but I thought I would try something different today. And okay, I got it down. I got it down. All right, all right, all right. Marilyn Manson. Just when you think things have calmed down, no, no, it has not calmed down at all. It's just under the surface. You can't see the fighting under the surface, but on top looks like blue skies. Yeah, it does. Now, I read in the news. I read in the news that Marilyn Manson has another lawsuit over here in New Hampshire. Now, I thought only the West Coast problems had problem. West Coast had issues with him. No, the East Coast has issues too. Now, one thing that we, or shall I say, many seem to forget is that Marilyn Manson is a shock rocker, just like Howard Stern was a shock jock. He shocked you. Well, Marilyn Manson does the same thing, and I remember him when he first came out and he was on the Phil Donahue. I said this a couple of times before. And what was interesting was he took the most beautiful and the most heinous and jammed them together to get Marilyn Manson from Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson. And that became Marilyn Manson. That's what he said. And I thought it was quite interesting, a combination of both. Now, when you take off all that makeup, he's a good looking man. He is. With the makeup is his stage persona. So, his videographer, who should have known? Oh my goodness. When you work for a shock rocker, you're going to get some wild stuff because he's constantly putting stuff out in the news, whether okay, publicity is either good or bad. When it comes to entertainers, it doesn't matter. If your name is out there, you're getting attention and you're going to have people to gravitate towards you that goes along with that, or you're going to have people writing about you that goes against it. And there you have the two camps that are going back and forth with one another, proving their points either for or against, but either way, one thing that happens is his name is constantly being in the news or social media, and he's relevant. Now, he has been relevant for about what, 30 years? Been relevant and setting a lot of people gravitating towards him, saying, you know, you're speaking my life. You saved my life. You gave me a reason to be here for an extra day, which is a blessing. Then you have those people who are like, well, man, you need to go away, whatever. You have those people. So where I stand is he's being wrongfully accused. Now, this one right here, okay, you being on stage and you had no business spitting. That's number one. You know better, Marilyn. But then again, you're older than I am, so I find it interesting. So what Maryland he's in a New Hampshire court, a spitting incident, and he said, um, look, in his filing on July 28th, which is a special day for me, in Belknap County Superior Court, he said, I intend to plead no contest anyway. So it's not like that it's not like this situation here. He's going to be fighting for his life. which he is with Evan Rachel Wood. He's fighting for his mere existence based on what she put out there, but I digress. I may talk about that a little bit further on in the stream. But in this here, I found in the Boston Globe, and yeah, Massachusetts. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that. But a lawyer for Manson, whose real name is Brian Warner or Brian Hugh Warner, said in a July 28th Belknap Superior Court that the musician intends to plead no contest to a B class misdemeanor stemming from an incident at the bank. Oh, Lord. At the Bank New Hampshire Pavilion in Guilford, New Hampshire. The charge of plea bearing is slated for September 18th. So it's going to come up next month. September, no, August, next month. Manson's lawyer couldn't immediately be reached for comment. He has a lot of work to do. Oh, man. The police said the charges were based on the state law that considers unprivileged physical contact to another. It is simply assault punishable by a maximum fine of $2,000 or less than a year in jail. The day after the concert, the videographer reported to the police that she had been spit on by the performer, officials say. Now, Howard King said, it is no secret to anyone that he has or who has attended a Marilyn Manson concert what he's like. He's provocative on stage. Just like I said earlier, he's a shock rocker. That's what people go there for. The fans go there because they know he's going to do something wild. They're like, look, my life sucks. I want to come here and I want to be entertained to take my mind off of whatever's going on in my life. And I'm going to get something out of this. People know it. A lot of people who subscribe to my channel are Marilyn Manson supporters. And some have called in and said, he helped me in the darkest light time in my life. He gave me that reason to keep going on because he made it when his life was really dark. I mean, look, look, and I want to go ahead and say this real quick, off topic. I'm tired of people calling that man a racist. I am sick of it. He's not a racist. If it's anything, white people beat the slobber knocker out of him. So if it's anything, white people are racist towards him. He's not racist towards anyone. And you need to stop. That right there is outrageous. Look, if you want attention that bad, why don't you start your own channel and then you start saying racist remarks so that you can get all the heat and leave Marilyn Manson alone. Just leave him alone. How about that? Okay, I digress. Sorry. But that's what he is, a shock rocker. So here, Howard King, a lawyer for Manson, had previously called the allegations ludicrous. Okay. Anyone can file a lawsuit. Anyone. Anyone. I could say, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you, whomever's watching, because I don't like the shirt that you're wearing. And you can file a lawsuit. It may not get heard, or it may not be heard, or it may meet some level to where it can be processed through the courts. Now, will it make it to the judge? I don't know. But anyone could file a lawsuit. Anyone. Back to the lawsuit. Okay. It is no secret to anyone that he has attended the Marilyn Manson concert, that he likes to be provocative on stage, especially in front of the camera. Okay. King said in 2021, the misdemeanor claim was pursued after we noticed a demand from a venue videographer for more than $35,000 after the small claim or the small amount of spit came into contact with with their arm. Huh. After we had asked evidence of an alleged damage, we never received a reply. Okay, okay. You claimed he spit on you. Now, if you're a videographer, you would have been like this. Okay, pretend this is a video camera. Okay, he spit on me. Oh, do you see that? Something, something, nothing. You wanted $35,000 and you have no proof, no evidence, no nothing. Oh, please. In a July court filing, another lawyer from Manson, Kent M. Barker, had asked that the entertainers, the entertainer change the plead. I'm sorry, change the plea hearing scheduled for August 4th be postponed. Barker wrote that switching the hearing from remote to in person 6 days before the imposed severe hardship on Warner would be more, I'm sorry, who would have more incurred, oh, excuse me, who would have incurred more than $5,000 in expenses, including two round trip business class tickets for him and his security detail, which he has to pay for, to reach New Hampshire in time. The travel cost from California is 5 times more than a negotiation fine. Oh my goodness. Wow. Fine of notice intended for the plea, Barker wrote. Wow. Now, that is something. That right there is really, really, really something. This person saying, "Hey, give me $35,000. You were spitting, and it came off of around the corner." Okay, I'm being a little hyperbole here, and it hit me. I want $35,000. That sounds like you want to pay off some student loans that you weren't paying. Just a thought. But shock rockers, that's what they do. Marilyn Manson, Ozzy Osbourne did some of the mm, most heinous things on stage. Meatloaf, wild things on stage. You have who was it? Who oh man, who was floating on top of the audience? Wait a minute, who jumped on the audience and was passed around? Who did I can't remember who did that. Oh my goodness. But that's what people shock rockers do, shock musicians, shock singers. That's what they do. They give an entertainment. They entertain people. And if this person had worked for Marilyn Manson more than once, should know, should simply know what's going to happen. It's going to be something wild because that is what draws people to his concerts. I mean, there are people will pay. they will go ahead and put their rent on hold to go see one of their favorite musicians, artists, whomever it may be. Whether if it's outside in the rain, like let me see the football, what was the Super Bowl where Prince, it was raining that day, storming. Even though they were there for the game, but a lot of times people are there for also for halftime entertainment. People were out there in the rain. He was out there in the rain with a live electric guitar. Oh my goodness. Everybody playing live. That went down in history. Um, Shock rocker. Prince shock rocker. Marilyn Manson shock rocker. Heck, just learned that Marilyn Manson has collaborated with with rappers and hip hop artists. I had no clue. I thought that he was more stayed there. Oh no, he's all over the place. You learn something new every day. But what clued me in on it was when he did a collaboration with Kanye West. And Kanye West took a lot of heat for working with Marilyn Manson. Now Marilyn Manson is taking a lot of heat for working with Kanye West. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh goodness gracious. Look, it's kind of funny to me. It's kind of funny. However, both of them, same situation, being falsely accused. However, Kanye was about business, and Marilyn Manson, okay, it was about business. When you're with somebody, yeah, that's kind of a business thing. Oh, Evan Rachel Wood. Oh my goodness, you are so done. You better go see a doctor. I mean, you need to get up here straight because you have messed up so much of your life. Mm, you're talented, Evan. You're extremely talented, but you got to get some things straightened out in your life. And one of the first things I suggest, you don't know me? Hell, you don't have to take any of my advice. I'm just putting this out there for other people who did dumb stuff like that and not as bad to apologize and make things right. One thing you can't take back is what you did, and you held on to that for a long period of time and then come back 30 years later when you're totally broken and you don't have a place to live, and then you want to say, oh, I'm sorry, could you please take me in, like Tish Campbell? Yeah, what she did to Martin Lawrence, sued him, and he just said, look, you could have the show. If you want to act like that, you can have the show. When Martin Lawrence left the show, and yeah, I'm deviating, but I just want to bring home the point. When he left the show, he got Bad Boys, and then his career went off. Where did Tish Campbell's career go? Downhill. What happened 30 years later? When he wanted to do when they were asked to do the reboot, didn't Tish Campbell or Gina, um can I no, 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 no. Once you do that and you cross a line on a lie and you stand by that, and you don't, and years go by and you still hold on to that lie because you don't want people to see you as a liar, Evan Rachel Wood, you got time to make this right. You do. I didn't mean to turn this into Evan Rachel Wood. I did. But look, Marilyn is a shock rocker. He is. And you may call him a devil worshiper, Satanist, all this other stuff. Um, do you say anything about the people that you listen to? Come on now. You want to talk about oh man, okay, I know I'm gonna catch a whole lot of flack on this one. Why don't you look at the lyrics? And I'm gonna say, Shaka Khan, I'm gonna cast a spell on you. What you gonna do? Do 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 da 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 da. Casting spells on people. But Marilyn Manson, because he looks the way he does, oh, he's a Satanist. Uh, you may want to really, okay, Michael Jackson. I actually sat down and really looked at the lyrics, telling kids to disobey their parents. Oh yeah, look at it. But Marilyn Manson is a Satanist. Hey, um, let me clue you in on something. You wouldn't even know a Satanist even if you saw one. They all don't look so outrageously freakish. They don't. Normally, they're well dressed, and they could be your doctor. I'm just I'm just saying, just putting a little reality to it. Because a lot of people, I'm not gonna get in the religious part of it. I'm not gonna get into the Bible, but you need to walk around and walking with the 23rd Psalm because the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. So I'm gonna close it up here. I just wanted to keep you what's going on with Marilyn Manson. I haven't forgot. I'm waiting for the big one next year, but I'm still looking for info about Marilyn Manson because the feminists are really coming after him. It's a shame, but that's what's happening. And they're talking about toxic masculinity. Have you checked out this toxic femininity to where a woman could sit there and tell a bold-faced lie, Amber Heard, and destroy a man's income, life, just everything based on what she said. Oh, and by the way, Rose McGowan, I was hard on her. Oh, yes, I was, because she did not help Marilyn Manson. I understand it because she was fighting on another level. Like I said, well, I didn't say it, but I'm going to say it now. Sometimes when you're looking out on the water and you see smooth sailing, you don't see the submarines fighting underwater. You don't see the ripple. What Rose McGowan is doing is she's fighting underwater. Check her out. And CAA. Look that up and then you'll see a lot of different stuff. What's going on under the water. When submarines fight, and she's a submarine and she's just getting those missiles out there. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye-bye.